All right, guys, so today's video is going to be about keeping her long term. A lot of you guys get into these relationships, it goes on for 6 months, 8 months, 1 or 2 years, and you start forgetting everything you used to do that really kept her interested in you, and you start acting a little bit different. You get weak, you get just lazy, you stop doing stuff you used to do. And honestly, to keep a girl long term, you got to stay on the ball. You can't fall off the wagon, or the wagon starts to leave without you. Okay. So, step number one, be able to say no. Okay. Now, this isn't just something small where it's like she asks if you guys can go to McDonald's and you say no. It's more so if she's crossing your boundaries, can you say no? If she says, hey, I'm going to go to this guy's house, my friend, and stay the night, no. Hey, we're going to go to this party together, but I'm going to wear a very low cut shirt that my boobs are basically popping out of. No. You have to be able to say no, and she's going to call you insecure at first, say all this stupid shit. But all you have to do is hold your ground, and she'll start respecting you for that, okay? Step number two, make her spend money on you. Now, that sounds kind of dumb at first, but hear me out. Just say, like, she's coming over to your house, you guys want to drink tonight, but you didn't pick up any alcohol. Just tell her, hey babe, can you stop at the store real quick, go pick up some shots for us. If she says no, makes a big deal out of that, and like you've been paying for the dates pretty much 90% of the time, you have to internalize, like, this girl's not willing to do a lot for you, right? So every once in a while, maybe like every 1 out of 5 dates, say, hey babe, can you get the tab on this one? Like it would just make me feel really good, babe. Like, please. And see if she does. If she doesn't, that's a telltale sign that she might not be there for the long term. Okay. Number three, we're gonna have her complete tasks for you. Okay. So this can be small stuff around the house. Say you have a giant pile of laundry. Everybody hates folding laundry. Say, hey babe, can you please help me fold this laundry? Like, I hate folding laundry. I have so much of it, babe. Like, it's just really bothering me, and it would make me feel great if you just help me out. And once again, she should say yes, and if she doesn't, that is no long-term material, girl. But women love to feel like they're helping you. They have that maternal instinct of wanting to do stuff, like wanting to do the dishes, wanting to cook, wanting to clean, wanting to help fold laundry. Okay, so have her do that kind of stuff. There's a lot of guys where there will be dishes and the girl will ask, like, hey, do you want me to do these? And they'll say, no, no, honey, I'll take care of it. No, honey, you don't have to fold the clothes, like, I got it. And that might seem like the right thing to do at first, but you're robbing her of the opportunity to feel like she's helping you do something. And that's pretty important stuff. So next one we got here is start a petty argument, but make up that same day. So you don't want to start these arguments that really put a fissure in your relationship. You want to just say she crosses your boundary slightly, make a big deal out of it just for the hell of it, even if you don't care that much, just to see A, how she reacts, and B, just to make sure she knows you're serious. Because there's a lot of pushover guys where these women cross their boundaries, they do nothing, then they let it build up that resentment inside of themselves instead of just making it petty. Make a petty argument out of it. Make her for hours feel like you're mad at her. Give her the silent treatment for a couple hours. This might seem kind of cruel, but you're gonna see that that kind of stuff is what keeps a woman interested. They love that roller coaster of emotions. They don't just want highs, they want highs and lows. So give them that low every once in a while, and it's gonna help keep her long term. Now, let her initiate more touch slash intimacy. So this one is also going to feel a little controversial because you're going to say, like, oh, well, shouldn't I be, showing that I'm comfortable touching her and comfortable going in for the kiss and this and that. And yeah, those first couple dates, make sure you're initiating more of that. But as time goes on and we get to the long term, you're going to want to make sure that you're not just all over her 24/7, going in for the kiss, touching her butt, slapping her butt, all this stuff all the time. Because eventually, like, it starts to cheapen your touch. It starts to cheapen your intimacy. And over time, she just doesn't feel like being that intimate with you anymore. But if you keep her chasing, which she's always going to be chasing your touch, chasing your kiss, she's always going to be bringing you in, saying, hey, like, why aren't you sitting closer to me? Why aren't we cuddling? Why? And that's exactly where you want her. You want her asking, why isn't he doing this? Instead of asking, why is he doing this so much? Like, to the point where it's overbearing / annoying, okay? Now, you want to keep texting to a minimum, okay? So when you're not around this girl, you do not want to be texting her every hour of every single day. There's so many guys I've seen where they're responding to these texts as they come in all day long, or they're on the phone all day long with their girl on FaceTime, and it's just not necessary. Not only is it not necessary, but it makes you seem A, super available, B, you can't be doing anything else if you're on the phone with her and she clearly hears that you're just in your room not doing anything. So you want to keep that mystery alive. Keep texting to a minimum. Make her be thinking about you throughout the day. Make her wait for that text, because that's what's going to keep that dopamine, keep her excited when that text pops up on her phone. She can either feel great about it, feel happy about it, or she can feel like, oh, he's texting me again already. So be the guy who texts her to a minimum. I pretty much only text a few times a day. Maybe have a short phone call at night, and then pretty much, yeah, set up a date. And that's basically it for me. Otherwise, I'm working on me, working on business, working on myself, okay? Next, be the teacher, not the taught. So when I was a little bit younger, I remember I dated this one girl who knew how to drive stick shift. She knew how to change a tire. She knew all this stuff because she grew up pretty much alone, no parents her whole life. And I grew up with my parents my whole life, didn't learn a lot of this stuff that they probably should have taught me. And she was teaching me a majority of this extracurricular stuff that I was learning. Now, what that did was kind of reverse the roles where I should be teaching her stuff and she'll respect me more. She was teaching me stuff, which then allowed her to look down on me and say, hey, like, I know so much more than this guy. Like, do I even need this guy? So nowadays, I teach myself how to do a lot of these things. I've taught myself a lot of car work, how to change a tire, how to change my spark plugs, stuff like that, my brakes. And now I can be the teacher who teaches her, makes her look up to me, makes her respect me more, makes her stick around for the long term, okay? Next, only reciprocate I love you, okay? There's a lot of guys who 5 or 6 times a day they're telling their girl that they love them. I love you, I love you. Oh, baby, I love you so much. And yeah, it seems sweet at first. Disney movies will tell you that's what you're supposed to do. But I can tell you firsthand, you do not want to be overdoing this I love you. I've only ever, for the last few years, reciprocated this. I'll never be the first one to say it, and I'll never be the first one to repeat it, okay? What that does, makes her realize your interest level in her is super high. Women like to feel like they don't know where you stand. If you're constantly saying I love you, they know that you love them, makes them get bored, etc., etc., okay? Tell her that you can't hang out occasionally to do something that she would consider like pretty stupid. For example, tell her, hey babe, like I can't hang out tonight. Like I gotta go play video games with the boys. Or hey, like I can't hang out tonight. I gotta go record a song. Or hey babe, I can't hang out tonight. Like my mom wants me to go over there and play checkers. And she'll be complaining. She'll say, like, what do you mean? Like, we're supposed to hang out tonight. We hang out every Friday night. And now you're going to go play checkers with your mom? Or you're going to go make music? Or you're going to go play video games instead of hanging out with me? And you have to just hold your ground and say, yes, like, I'm going to go do that instead of hanging out with you. What that does is make her feel like you're not super invested in her. You're not dying to see her 24/7, which only makes her want you more. Unfortunately, with these women, it's a lot of reverse psychology, and that's what gets them going. Finally, we got lead no matter what. So basically, you always want to be in the lead. If you're on a date, even if you don't know what you're doing next, make sure you're the one walking in front, or you're grabbing her hand and walking. I don't really hold hands. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not a hand holder type of guy. But basically, you just want to make sure that you're leading always. You're in charge, whether it's the date, whether it's extracurricular activities after the date. Make sure you're taking the lead. Make sure she knows you're in charge, because once you start letting that woman lead, she's always going to want to lead, and then you're just going to end up being that pathetic guy who's just, puppy dogged around on a leash, and you just don't want to be that guy. Okay, guys? So, like I said, this isn't everything, but this is a good starting point to keeping her long term. Hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Help me with that algorithm, because you know how tough that algorithm can be, guys. Okay? And I'll see you guys in the next one.